Hi, folks. Welcome to Crisco's Corner. Hi, folks. Welcome back. And to my new viewers, welcome. I put a thumbnail up called Are We Doomed? I'm just going to say this is what happens when we let the progressive leftists and their ideology, and a lot of it is just, I'm not talking about liberal Democrats now, the old school liberals. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the progressive party that has taken over the Democratic Party nationally. And just unbelievable positions and ideologies. And we've allowed them to indoctrinate our children. Frankly, many households are single mothers, working 1-2 jobs, just trying to survive, doing the best they can. They don't have time to sit down with their kids every single night and go over homework or what on in school. Same with 2-parent households. Many times both parents work. One day, not too distant past, one adult, 2 parents, 2 children, one of the adults worked, the other one stayed home. Now, granted, it was mostly the mothers that stayed home. We won't get into that issue. The point is, though, you can make enough money with one income to raise a family. You weren't rich, but you weren't poor either. And what's happened is over time, 2 parents or 2 adults in the household have to both work in order to make a decent living. And we've pawned off, so to speak, the upbringing of our children to schools, institutions that have now been run over by progressive ideology that is completely off the hook. I'm just going to show you a couple of short clips from Libs of TikTok. And I do have to say ahead of time, there's one F word in here once. And that's about it for profanity. So if somebody doesn't want to hear that, I'll give you a fair warning. And I'm going to play this, and we're going to make some small comments. But I think it speaks for itself. Let's continue.
I made a really loud, yelly video about this, but I decided I will approach this in a more calm but stern manner. A lot of the people using kitty and pup and bunny self-pronouns are neurodivergent minors. It is a very...
Do you have any clue what the hell she just said? You say, well, John, you're not up on these ideologies and these different things that young people go through. And no, not at all. It's word salad. It means nothing. This poor girl is indoctrinated, God knows who, probably by one of her parents or both. Definitely by, we'll say, a learning institution, i.e. school. Let's continue.
Very common neurodivergent experience to feel a disconnect from being human and from the societal expectation of the gender you were assigned at birth.
Really? Have you ever felt like shutting the fuck up?
So when you have this intersection of feeling a disconnect from being human and a disconnect from the societal expectation of gender, whether you're neurodivergent or not, a lot of people have this experience who are neurodivergent. It's just very common with neurodivergent people. When this intersects, you get noun self pronouns, an animal comfortable using someone's pronouns because you assume it's kink for some weird ass reason.
What?
Don't interact with them and just shut up about it.
Now, here's the deal. This person will get older. She's obviously having some psychological issues. We'll leave it at that. This has nothing to do with being gay or lesbian at all. Absolutely zero. This weird take on Marxism has morphed into this, that the rich and the poor, the oppressed, the oppressed, wasn't working that well in America years ago. So they've taken a different tactic. Now we have millions, literally millions of people like this young lady. If she takes offense that I call her young lady, oh, well, you'll get over it. The fact of the matter is, what are we going to do with these people as they grow older? And they become way more disillusioned than they already are. When they find out that every single thing they believed in, especially to do things to yourself physically like she has. Now, I can't see the rest of her body, but she's done nothing really that will be permanent to disfigure her, thank God. At least not yet. But the fact of the matter is, it's her mind that's the problem. And what she thinks and what she's been told to think is not, I'm struggling for words here because it's not it's not going to do well for her in society in the future. But we're going to have to deal with these people. You know, they say, well, they're the fringe, John. They'll just, nobody pays attention to them. There's millions of them. And they're going to grow up, and many of them are going to have children. My God, what's coming next? Here's one, the next one, I only have two here. Here's one that's especially disturbing.
But guys, I'm freaking out. What am I gonna do?
Now, she's tested positive for being pregnant. And she's upset. What am I going to do? It's very common among young women. And her reaction is, I'm going to say it's borderline evil. You're going to say, well, John, this is the exception of the rule. No, actually, it's not. And she's going to eventually have children. She's going to eventually have a partner. And then here's the other thing. 10, 15 years from now, 20 years from now, when her kids are in school or teenagers, this video is going to pop up. And what the hell do you think they're going to think of their own mother? Let's continue.
Just kidding. I already scheduled the appointment.
What?
It's a joke. She's going to abort her baby. Now, we're not even going to talk about the legalities of this, whether it's right or it's wrong or somewhere in between. She's celebrating it like it's a joke, like it's a F you to the system. Look what I'm doing. Look at me. And she's doing it joyfully. That is so far off the hook. This woman is mentally ruined, in my opinion, as far as ever getting a decent partner goes in life.
I am what conservatives fear.
I am what conservatives fear, she says. That's just simply not true. We don't fear you. Normal people don't fear you. I'm going to go back here, and yeah, there she is, laughing joyfully. We don't fear you at all. What we fear is what's going to happen to you. And we're not talking about an afterlife here or heaven or hell. We're not going to get into religion. We're just talking about living in society. I've seen study after study after study, ever since Roe v. Wade, about women that have had abortions and the mental issues they have with abortion later in life. It's amazing to me. We're not even going to talk about the good versus evil here, or the religious aspect of it, because I think that's been talked enough. At least not in this video. I won't discuss it. She takes joy in aborting her baby. That, folks, is evil. To take joy and celebrate the fact that you're aborting your baby and you're pissing off and doing psychological damage to conservative people, in her mind, makes this evil. I don't know how else to express it. Some people think the act itself is evil, some think not. But there's no one who can say that this woman's reaction is not evil. Sorry. Are we doomed? I don't know. But these millions of people are going to get older, and they're going to start having children. And we're going to have to deal with them the best we can. Things that make you go, oh, gosh. Until next time, goodbye and good luck.